This is a video of me preparing to take the engine out of my car, and what I'm gonna do is just document where all of the vacuum lines and electrical lines and stuff are kind of routed, so that whenever I go to put the engine back together, I could kind of look at this video and see where all of the stuff goes. What I'm planning on doing is I bought another engine. Here, let me show you the other engine, like right here. It's underneath that bag, but it's a built motor. I got Wiseco pistons and Eagle rods in it, and what I've done with this engine is I overfilled it with oil a little bit, and it blew out the turbo, and there's like bearing material in the oil, so I replaced the oil like really quickly. And I took the turbo apart and was just running the car naturally aspirated, and I flushed out the oil a whole bunch of times. But I've been running the car just naturally aspirated for like a year or so, so the engine's good. I'm just going to take this engine out and sell it, and I got all the intercooler piping and another turbocharger, and I've really polished everything up and cleaned out everything. It looks like a new unit. But I'm just going to sell my whole turbocharger system that was on the Mazdaspeed. I got one. It came with this engine right over here. It had like a turbo and everything on it already. So what I did is I just polished it up really, really nice. And whenever they took the engine apart to build it, they looked at the engine. They said it was like in really good shape. It had 66,000 miles on the engine, but I think the person who owned it, they just ran it with the stock boost. So the stock boost is like 7 or 8 pounds. So the turbocharger probably wouldn't run that hard or anything. It's probably just a daily driver car or something. It was crashed at the junkyard that I got the engine from. But yeah, I just want to make a video here mainly just to see where all of the electrical wiring and vacuum lines and stuff are routed, so when I go to put this thing back together, I'll have something to go by, like all these electrical wires right here. And then you got like water lines that kind of go from the throttle body to different places. Like there, it's connected there. But I think that ought to do it. Yeah, I'm gonna take this manifold off of here, for example, and you can see it right now. The other one looked kind of like it. It's just kind of like brown colored, and what I did is I polished it up really well. I'm going to be selling all this stuff too. I honed out the inside of it and everything, but I'm going to end up selling it. But this is what it ended up looking like right here. You can see the difference. When I say I polish stuff up, that's what I mean. I polish it out really nice. So it's got a good shine on it. And I did the same thing with the turbocharger. The turbocharger looks like really, really shiny like that. And I just got a replacement B&R turbocharger. They take an old turbocharger from a Mazdaspeed and then they rebuild it, and give it a bigger compressor. But I polished the one that has 66,000 miles on it out, and like here's some of the intake system that I'm gonna be getting rid of. It's like really nice and shiny and everything in there, but that's just some of it. I got the intercooler, I got it all cleaned up and everything, and like parts like this right here, this goes, it's a heat shield for the turbocharger. It's like really shiny, but yeah, the whole thing's gonna be like really nice looking. I'll be able to sell it for a decent price. And then the engine, I'm just gonna take it out and clean it up a little bit, but that's pretty much my video right there. I'm just preparing to take this thing out, drained all the fluids and everything. I disconnected the fuel so that, like the fuel relay, so it gets rid of the fuel pressure, and I just let the engine stall out from no fuel, so I should be able to disconnect the fuel lines now. And that's pretty much for this video. That should be good enough to document where all the stuff is on the engine here.